Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Ostranauts, and we're going to do some playing. This is build 14 of Ostranauts, and I think this is episode 5 of my Let's Play series. I've really enjoyed this so far, and where we left off had docked with a fairly large ship. I think I had gone in here and taken a quick look, but I didn't put it in my notes, so I'm going to go ahead and arm myself just in case I missed something there, and then we'll see what we can do inside that ship. So currently I was going to pull a backpack around with me. We're going to set that down for now. Grab the knife and put on the helmet and just go take a peek, make sure there's no pirates. I do kind of remember looking for pirates, but it's just not fore of mind right now, so we'll take a little gander. Okay, I had entered the ship because I had taken some doors off. I do remember that. And I do recall running into the reactor. Okay, so this is familiar. I do apologize. I try to take some notes. One of the things I noticed is when you save a game, it shows you how long you've been in game. I'm going to try to kind of state where I'm at as we go. So when I loaded this up this morning, I was at 2 hours and 3 minutes into this particular playthrough. So at the beginning of my videos, I will try to make a note of where we are in that timeline, so you can kind of get a sense of how much I might be cutting out of the videos, which is actually very little. I'm tending to remove things like when my dog barks in the background and I re-say something or things like that. With that said, I do really want to get the ship cleaned up, and next time we go back to dock, I might take a full shift of just cleaning the ship and repairing it, making sure it's healthy, and this floorboard here doesn't suddenly rust through and all of a sudden I've got a puncture in the hull and we're dead and the game has to be started over. We don't want that, right? Okay, so enough of my neuroses. We'll put the knife away. We will pick up the backpack and see if there's anything we can grab from here. Obviously there's that reactor. That'll be nice. I don't have a lot of space. That is the early gambit in the game, right? The Dream gives you more space than most of the ships to haul stuff, but it's still not a lot of space. I cannot get an entire reactor disassembled in here, for instance. I can't get it assembled in here either, for that matter, but it is a factor. I don't have many crates right now. I do want to grab a couple of those off this ship if they're available, because I do want to start storing some of this stuff. And I do like to start grabbing some bins and racks. I like racks the best, I think. They kind of get out of the way. Bins are great too, though. You can put bins over crates and save a lot of space that way. That's not a bad way to go either. So let's go take a look, do some disassembly and anything else that we can maybe pick up. One thing I did do sometimes, and maybe I should start doing that again, I used to walk around in this mode. You can close all these, but I could see what was on the ground, and it allowed me to quickly identify if there was something valuable. Someone had commented on one of my videos that, hey, I think you missed something that was worth a lot of money sitting there on the floor. And I obviously don't want to do that, particularly when I still owe 800,000 credits in debt for my ship. I'd like to get out of that situation as quickly as I can and then start to build for the future. I really have enjoyed the conversations that have been going on in the comments of the videos. That's been a lot of fun, and I'm trying to keep up on top of that as much as I can. I'm starting to get to the point where there's more comments than I can really reply to on a regular basis, and I'm a little disheartened by that. I kind of like the idea that when we're doing like a let's play like this, that everybody's in it together and paying attention. So we'll see if I can do anything about that. That darn day job, that just kind of gets in the way so often. Okay, we're going to start taking the reactor apart. Those are the expensive pieces for the most part in this ship, it looks like. And we'll go ahead and just take them apart for now, uninstall them, go take care of the helmet thing. I do want to get an EVA suit as soon as possible. The convenience of it, once we have it, it just makes this all a lot easier instead of these constant trips back to pop off this helmet and, you know, not suffocate. I guess important, right? If you're living a space life, you certainly don't want to do that. I think there was was it in this game? There was a stat. It might be like one of the tips where it talks about how often people have walked out of a spaceship without a helmet on in history, you know, and I think it was this game. It might have been one of those cutscene kind of things when you're doing something for the first time. I always thought that was kind of funny that they had some statistics on how many times that had happened. If you've seen the movie The Martian, he did that in that movie, and I'm curious if that was written in because I don't remember it from the book, or if that was like a scene where the actor, Matt Damon, caught what he was doing and kind of turned it into a thing. I don't know. I haven't seen any trivia on that. That might be fun to kind of track down and find out about. Fantastic movie, fantastic book. If you haven't seen that or read it, it's certainly worth the time. Andy Weir is the author of that, and he's got a couple of interesting books that my understanding is one of his other ones is being turned into a movie with Ryan Gosling, I think, as the star. That is, I think it's called Project Hail Mary. That was an interesting little read. I actually listened to that while driving to Boston to pick up my kid from college. Okay, so I could do a little bit of Tetris playing here to make this take up a little less space overall, and we'll do that. But as you can see, there's just not a whole lot of leeway for hauling the larger stuff in this ship just yet. So I don't recall which of these pays the best. I probably should take some notes on that, write that down and say, hey, all things being equal, you're going to want to take this over that. Probably isn't the worst checklist to have. I would guess a salvager would kind of know what the value of things are that they're pulling out of a ship, wouldn't they? Because that is their bread and butter. All right. Now I don't want to block and there's the CO2 alarm. Whoops. Wrong buttons. And that was a mistake. Okay. Hold on one second, folks. I hit something I didn't mean to. There we go. I'm not even sure what that was. All right, there we go. Helmet back on. Not a whole lot of little trinkets to pick up on this one, it doesn't look like. So as I was saying, I don't want to block the oxygen flow there, so I really can't do another of the 3x3s. But we can see if there's anything else. There's probably a couple of Kangs in here. There might be some thrusters, and that's all. Well, it's money, right? Oh, pumps. Also the air pumps, particularly if they're turbo pumps. I might want to grab those. Okay, so really can't get that one. I'd mentioned grabbing a crate or two. I might still do that as well. Let's see if there's anything. There's a crate full of stuff. Stuff's not in great shape, but that's a good candidate for one to pick up. Same there. And of course the overhead bins are great to grab as well. A couple of guns in here. So I've had mixed results with how well the firearms sell in the game. I'm going to go ahead and grab these because the fixer does tend to take them almost always, but I just haven't seen where it's like, you know, seriously profitable to do that. And 2 tanks. If we had space, we'd probably want to grab as many of those as we could. Get another pump. Let's take a quick look at that one. Is it turbo? It is a turbo pump. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Let's see if there's a market for those. It'll always sell for more than 0. You know, that's a good thing, right? The prices do tend to fluctuate. We're going to haul that back and we'll slide that right in here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting the suit, the EVA suit, so I can just kind of not worry about this timer. I can probably let it go a lot longer than I do. I do kind of tend to watch his face and see what's going on down here when that's happening, but it's kind of the nag of it, right? Okay. Thrusters are always good. I will need those eventually, but at the same time, you can get them on almost every ship, right? So we'll just hold off on that for now. Looks like clothing for the most part. Some hardware. I think I'm going to go with that one that was over here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that crate. It's this one. Yeah, that's the one. So pick up, and I think at this point I have to drag it. We're just going to drop it right here. Okay, I seem to be glitching just a little bit right now. Let's try that again. There we go. Wouldn't let me click and drop it. Okay. Oh, I was going to see about an intake. And I'd be able to get kind of a balance of prices if I did find one. I don't remember seeing one actually, now that I think about it. There is a method to my madness. I thought I would try to grab some of the things that tend to sell reasonably well. That's another pump. And just make note of their prices on this particular run and then kind of use that as a baseline. We opened this one yet? Doesn't look like we had. More clothes, shoes. Okay. I usually check all the bins just in case there's a license for selling. Those sell for a couple of thousand. They do show up every once in a while. Motors, and motors that are in good condition. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of those. It seems that when I need repairs and I'm missing a part, it's either a motor or a heat sink. Those are the ones I forget about the most. I'm not sure I realized there was, yeah, I probably did look at that. Okay, so lots of scrap stuff on this ship. I do want to pay attention to what the name of the ship is when I'm undocking from it, just so that we can come back if we want to. I do have room for a couple of more things. I'm going to see if I can grab that pump. Uninstall that. It's a turbo pump. That's good. That'll go right down here. Okay, that's most of those. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab a thruster because I do want to. I think I do have one already, but I want to get a good price on those as well. Getting lazy with my fast forwarding on there. Okay, I think that'll do for now. Do have this little bit of space left, but we're gonna let that go for now. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a little run, I guess. We'll go back, see what we came up with. So two things I want to do, actually. First thing is I wanted to make note of the name of the ship, and it was Cowboy Notary. I do remember that now. It's an interesting name. Sounds like a racing horse name, doesn't it? I do want to jump out of this for a second because I think the other thing I want to do, I need to link to my PDA. And I'm going to rename this ship. I'm missing a computer and a PDA. But now it says I have the PDA, so where does it? Is the PDA, yeah, the PDA is in my civvies, isn't it? Okay, that's what's going on there. So let's put that backpack down. Sorry, that was one of those moments I had to pause. Somebody knocking on the door. Love it when that happens. So I lost my train of thought there. No, I was, civvies, yes. I was changing clothes because my PDA is, well, there's the PDA. So why wouldn't it let me connect? Let's try that again. Okay, that's sitting in the seat. That's fine. Link to PDA. Okay. I don't know. I don't think it wanted to take it last time, but here we are. We're going to rename this. All right. There we go. This is a Testudo Dream. We knew that. Registration number, all good. It's linked. Nice. Okay, so the ship is renamed. We're going to put on our civvies anyway. There we go. This will go in the bag. Put the shoes on. Once we get back to the station, we don't want to be running around barefoot. Good to go. Heading back. Docking info, request clearance on dock. We may see you again, Cowboy Notary. That ship was in pretty good shape. There was still some stuff on it to grab. It had the flooring that I like. That's always a plus too. And we're just going to head back to the station. There it is. Bearing 228. And 13 minutes out. So 10 minutes to fix stuff. We can do that. Hopefully he fixes the important stuff first without having to tell him to. It looks like he is kind of doing that. He's working on the fuel regulator. We'll give him about 10 minutes and then we'll jump back in the pilot's seat there. Reading through the comments, there's a lot I have to learn yet. There've been some really great ideas and they are things that I've really not tried, and I'm going to need to find a way to experience some of that if I'm going to try to include it in this playthrough. So I hope the ideas keep coming. I look forward to seeing what's out there, but I do have a situation where I don't have all the knowledge. So there might be some things that are worth trying that I just don't have the bandwidth to learn, and that might be a little disappointing, but we'll see what we can do. Not quite as close as I thought we were. Well, no, we're within 15. We're good. Okay, so going to realign. Okay. That looks pretty good. think that's for the ship that's here. Clear that out. And then we will get the notification that we are approaching the station. Request docking. There it is. We're aligned very nicely this time. Very nicely indeed. And we're docked. That felt like that took a little longer than it needed to, but that's all right. Here we are. We are docked. Going to jump off. Actually, not jump off. We need to repair this stuff so that we can sell it for a better price. So I'm going to get going on that. You know what? I'm going to just do a fast forward through this next section while I finish cleaning that up, so you don't have to sit here and watch every moment of it, but it will be here in the recording. It'll just be, at 5 times speed or something like that. There is the outside chance that I'm going to have to go and buy a couple of parts to fix this one that needs repair, and if I do that, hopefully you'll notice that in the play. So, okay, enjoy. Okay, so I've run into a small problem where I need electronics parts and there aren't any available. I tried disassembling, I didn't do it on purpose. I disassembled a thruster, the extra thruster that I had grabbed, and it didn't have any on it. Like I said, it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit that one. Nonetheless, I don't have the parts I need to fix the battery or the fusion coil or the EVA helmet that I picked up, or even the EVA battery that I found that was in this crate. So I'm going to go in and just try to sell this stuff off that I have in hand that I don't want, and then I'm going to run to the fixer, see if he'll take the fuel regulator off my hands or the pumps. Those are all in good shape. It's the field coils and the battery. First, to sell the trash, though. So trash is gone. Now we'll go visit the fixer, see if we can unload anything else. I always feel like this is going to break into a scene from The Godfather when I come to visit this guy. Just looking at what he's got there. Okay, so we're going to go to sell. See if he'll take any of those handguns. Yeah, I didn't think he would. I was hopeful, but not optimistic, if that makes sense. A couple cargo perspective, he's not even interested in the fuel regulator. And I doubt he's going to want anything that's in there. Yeah, there's just not a lot going on there that he would be interested in. Okay, so we're going to sub most of that to the licensing desk. I am going to go ahead and unload it. We'll hold on to the parts that are, well, now this is damaged but like new. That's interesting. So I was hoping to get a feel first. Okay, here we go. He will buy that thruster for 4,000. So that's good to know. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll run back to the dock, get rid of what else we can, and then get some time to find another ship to salvage and maybe grab some of those little pieces. I do want to start to expand the ship soon. As you can see, that you can't really take a whole lot of stuff with me at this point. I don't like just having the one battery. I want to get that kind of fixed and working, because that can become a real pain with regards to just managing your time at a site. And of course I want to get an EVA suit so that I can get it all done faster. Those are the next steps. So let's see what this guy will buy. He should buy most of this stuff that I am looking to get rid of. I'll hold on to the motherboard. Okay, well, I'm selling those guns for a pretty penny. I'm okay with that. Cargo, he will take the turbo pump for 1,200. Two of them. Yeah, we'll take that. He'll take the fuel reactor for 48. He doesn't want the fusion coils. Who can blame him? They're damaged, right? This is my backpack. This is the one I was hauling around. I'm not ready to get rid of the scrap stuff just yet. What was in that crate? Here I might be willing to part with some of these things. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. CO2 filter, the pressure suit. The 12B helmet. I think I have another one of those on the floor. It's probably not in a cargo area though. I'll hold on to the helmet for now. The spare screen, that's usually not a bad thing, although, you know, I think I just want to clean this up. I'll hold on to the hygiene pack because that will eventually be something that gets used. This crate should just have, yeah. And then engineering has that battery, but again, it's damaged. They're not even interested. So 10,000, that's not bad. That was a nice little haul, all things considered. Now, there's nothing to buy from this desk. I'm going to take one more look at the scrap desk and make sure we don't have some electronics that we can get. Small mechanical parts. Scrap aluminum, that's it. I think there was carbon fiber too or something like that, but not the parts I need. So, well, that's where we're at with that. Okay. I'm at peace with it. It's something I should have paid closer attention to. And, you know, it's part of this learning how to narrate while playing. Got to figure out how to better split my attention when I need to. So we will wrap this one up. We'll go back out in the next episode and hunt a ship that can get us some parts to fix these things, because I need the battery. I want the EVA battery. I like having a few of those, and ultimately this will sell for a nice chunk of change, so we don't want to do anything with that. I might do a little bit of housekeeping in the meantime. We'll see. But for now, I again appreciate your time. Thanks for watching this. I hope the Let's Play is meeting your expectations. Hopefully the next episode or two are a little better than this one. This one felt rough, and I apologize for that. But we'll get into some fun stuff soon. Try to get past this basic grind and maybe find some interesting things to do. So I appreciate your time again, and thanks. Fair travels.